All right, YouTube. This is a quick video. If your DirecTV system's down, before you call DirecTV and they waste a bunch of your own time, let's go through some things you can check and maybe fix it on your own, providing something didn't happen to your satellite dish or somebody didn't cut your cable or anything like that. So let's get into it. This is for 775 and 771 error codes. You can check your own system. Yes, resetting your receiver, if it's the main DVR or whatever you're looking for, sometimes does alleviate it, but most likely something happened to your system if it's causing the 775 or 771. 771 can also be caused by inclement weather. So if you're in the middle of a thunderstorm or a snowstorm and your dish is covered in snow, I'll show you. Go wipe it off. There's nothing you can do with the thunderstorm. You have to wait for the storm to pass. All right, let's get to it. All right, find your receiver. It might look a little different than this one. This is a client, but make sure your coax in the back is tight, not chewed up. Your kids didn't play with it. Not dogs, cats, chewing up. Make sure that it's tight, and from there we'll go to the next. All right, find your power supply. Now, older systems are going to have a power supply as long as they're swim. It's going to have a green light on it. If it doesn't have a green light and it's plugged in, then you have a short, or this box itself is bad. So make sure it's plugged in and you have a green light. If you do, then we can move on to the next step. If you don't, you're going to have to look for your coax. You have either someplace there's power not getting to your satellite dish. This box may be green, maybe black or silver. Should be gray if it was a multi-switch. That's it. Let's move on to the next step. Next step, if you have more than one TV, you're gonna have a splitter with the swim system. So find your splitter. It might be on the outside of your house, might be on the inside, and make sure all connections are tight. And the one port that's connecting power to your LMB is on the correct power passing port. And it shouldn't be moved, but if it is, that's going to cause an issue as well. Take these 7/16 wrench, takes your F connectors off. Make sure everything is not corroded if it's on the outside of your house. If it is, you're going to get a replacement. Make sure your dish doesn't have any snow or ice buildup and it's not damaged, obviously. All right, go outside. It might look like this, might not. You might have your coax from your satellite dish going straight in. You're not grounded, you're not bonded, anything like that. But if you do, point of failure, make sure these are tight, take them off, make sure there's no corrosion. If there is, you're going to replace the fitting. If not, put it back together, make sure there's no moisture inside, and move on to the next step. Probably one of the last steps would be going up to your dish, wherever it may be, and checking the LMB, the part that collects the signal from the actual oval piece, because that can also fail. You get moisture inside there, and it can corrode out as well. But last thing you'd want to check, you want to check everything else besides that first, because I'm not telling you to go up on a roof, I'm not telling you to go there, but that would be the last spot I would actually check. All right, those are some quick tips. Trying to get your system back up. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll go into depth a little more, but those are the quick things you can look for. It's what I look for if I'm going to a service call or anything like that. Most of the time, something simple like that happened. They unplug the power supply. Keep in mind, your power supply might be inside your receiver with the new HR54 models, Genie 2s, and your H44 models. So that coax line itself is actually powering the satellite dish. So keep that in mind. Make sure nothing happened to that coax. All right, next, see you guys on part 2.